So I got the power broom here and I tried to use it the other day, and I noticed that the chain fell off the sprocket over here on the end. So it's hard to see, it's kind of dark, but the chain's off. The brush spins freely, the gearbox works. There's a lot of play in the shaft here. I don't know if you can see that, but apparently there's a square hole down the middle of the broom and then a square shaft here that locks into it, and there's a lot of play. So looks like I got to take off these bolts around the top here, and maybe that will allow me to pull off this whole side cover, and then we can get to the chain. The front here is a little bent and buggered up, so that might be a challenge, but let's see if we can get these bolts off here and then see what we got. Well, this will be a good time to try out my new eBay purchase here. I got this set of Craftsman USA made OEM impact driver sockets here, and I'm going to use them to take that thing apart. So I was trashing my normal sockets, and these are pretty nice. Made in USA, baby. They got a little bit of like nicks on the top, like they were been on a shelf for a long time, but you can look inside them all, they're all brand new. So I'm very happy with that. So let's see how they work. All right, let's see what happens here. There's nuts under these things too, and they're super rusted. So we'll see how much of a pain this is or isn't. Let's see. Yep. They're nylon lock nuts too, make it better. Man, that is tough, man. Doesn't help that it's like 30 degrees out. In the last couple days it's been like, yesterday morning it was 6. So this metal is so cold right now. Freezing cold. I might have to end up getting new bolts, we'll see. It's starting to come apart. Good. Some rusty crap, man. Rusty crap, I'll tell you that. To get a hammer and get these nuts out of this thing. Alright, we got 2 more. When these brooms deal with snow, they can cover with salt, and then all this stuff just got totally hammered here. That's the problem. Alright, we got 1 more over here. I'll see what happens. Kind of hard to get to. There we go. Alright, let's see. Alright, cool. Well, the sockets work good. Now, let me get all these nuts and bolts off here. Oh, check it out. Score. All right, there we go. The whole panel comes off. Now, let's take a closer look at what's going on here. So there's a plastic block in here that's like a chain tensioner. And then there's the actual chain. And somehow the chain just fell off this sprocket here. I don't know why. I was wondering if the sprocket was out of alignment, which I think it is. It looks like the sprocket loosened up on the shaft, and it is out of alignment with the sprocket in the back. It's jacked up a little bit. In fact, let me get a ruler and we'll measure that. All right, let's see here. If I measure up to the bottom of the teeth on the sprocket on the back here, it's about 3/4 of an inch from the plate here. If I go on this one here, it's 1 1/8 inches. So, and if I look around the end of the pulley here, I can see that it came off because there's actually a spot that's raised up. So the question is, there's a hole here for what looks like a set screw. I can't see in there, it's too dark, but I'm wondering if the set screw came out or what. And the chain, although it's rusty, it's moving just fine. So I'll throw some oil on it and hopefully we're good. But I feel like I need to lubricate in here and maybe take this pulley off or get a big hammer and pound it down a little bit. It might be easier to pound it down than to try to take it off, but I'm gonna look at the set screw. So give me a second here. Together. Let's see. Anything in there? I don't think there's anything in there. I think that the set screw is gone. And I don't want to start pounding the crap out of this pulley. It's kind of delicate looking. Huh. Okay, the crows are going wild today. We're gonna just spray a bunch of PB Blaster around this thing. We got the chain. We're gonna get everything here. We've got to just soak the crap out of it, I think. Just spray it liberally everywhere. We'll kind of lube this thing up. I got a nice puddle on the top there, right in that shaft, so I'm going to grab a little screwdriver or something and try to put it in that set hole screw and see if we can feel anything. Yeah, there's definitely no set screw. If I put this screwdriver in there, it goes in that far, and that's all the way to the shaft in the center. So that must be the problem. Must have dropped the set screw at some point. Let me see if I tap on this thing. I think it's coming off. Huh. I'll give it a spin here. I'm going to let that soak for a little bit and then we'll pound it off and we'll investigate further here what's going on. Alright, so when I started heating this thing up a little bit with my torch, I noticed there's a second set screw. So that one actually has a screw in it. Oh, yeah. I thought I was going to snap it off, but it came out. Let's see what happens here. See if we can get this bugger out. I can't tell if it's stripped or if it's loose. Either way, it's not a good sign, put it that way. Give it a couple more taps with the hammer now that we know about that screw. Wish I could see in that hole.